Hi, this is Jesse from Command Performance. I'm actually here with Rune from Gryphon, and we're really excited today to be able to sit down and ask Rune some questions, a little bit about himself and Gryphon, and where we see Gryphon going as well. So please sit down and enjoy our little interview we got going on here. So thank you. So Rune, tell us a little about yourself and what brought you to Gryphon and your journey.
Oh yeah, like you said, my name is Rune. I'm a former school teacher. Used to be a school teacher for 12 years at private school before I joined this industry. I had a small shop on the side when I was a teacher. It was a real high-end shop, so everything was by appointment. And one of the brands that I was representing, they asked me to do a presentation for them at Munich high-end and CS when that was really booming. I did that. Mr. Joe Reynolds, who owns Nordos Cables, he kept an eye on me at that time. One day he asked me to join him at the Venetian Hotel for a cup of tea. And I did that, and he asked me to join the team.
Wow.
And I was kind of, oh no, I'm not going to do this. How can I make him go away? Of course, I was very, very flattered, but I was newly divorced, and we had we have kids together, me and my ex-wife, and I needed to balance that with my life, being a part of Nordo's export team, traveling all the time, and so on. So I had to call my ex-wife, and I asked her to be flexible, and she said, "It's your dream, go for it." So I joined Nordos, stayed with them for a little bit over 3 years, and then Gryphon wanted me to come back to Denmark and be part of their team. So I did that in 2015, and being at Gryphon to me, it's just a dream. For me, Gryphon is the highest you can get. When working with an electronic manufacturer, I think Gryphon, we have this one goal, and it is something that I'm always reminding myself of about. It's being the most desired luxury audio brand in the world, and not to become, because I actually think we have made it now. We are at the top now. And especially with the introduction of the two new amplifiers, the Commander preamplifier and the Apex power amplifier. I think we took that step, and went into the next league.
Well, that's quite the journey from school teacher to the top Gryphon, right?
Yeah.
I think that's been quite the journey. Thank you for sharing that with us. I think that's really spectacular. So with Gryphon, I mean, you've been there now, it seems like, for quite a while. Tell us a little about the design philosophy. Again, I love like you said, everyone's going after that one goal of being that, and I think that pulls through in your products. But tell us a little about that design philosophy and how you got there, because I think that's also a really powerful part of your journey.
I think the design philosophy has always been very clear for everyone, and it was our founder, Flemming Rasmussen, who came up with that idea. The Nordic Noir. We call it Nordic Noir.
Oh,
it is very distinct. We don't look like any of the other brands. Everyone can look at a Gryphon product and say, "Oh, that's a Gryphon." Yeah. And some people, they hate it. A lot of people, they love it, luckily.
I can tell you how.
So do I. I'm super proud of representing Gryphon, of course. But it is, the philosophy is that we're working with all the products, except for the integrated amplifiers. We are working with pure Class A, and it's true dual model. So it's maximum channel separation. We don't want anything to interfere with the two channels, so we separate them. And in the more expensive products, you will see completely mirrored designs. You can cut them through with a saw, and you will still play in both channels. And that's something that we have, that guideline or philosophy, design philosophy, is something that we have been, we've been sticking to since day one, and it's something that we are very true to. It is something that we always remind ourselves about, that we need to stick to that path. But I can't say that it's something that we're going to do forever, because we're always trying to do better. So if a technology comes up that will actually improve the sound quality and the experience, the musical experience and this emotional experience, we will of course pursue that technology. And
I think it's beautiful. I think it's been pulled through because happen to be next to your newest speaker as well.
Yeah.
The Evo here. Tell us a little about the Evo.
They're very different from what we used to do with the ES2. We have, not invented new materials, but we have taken new materials into use. A beryllium tweeter, it's very large, it's 34 millimeter.
Wow.
So it covers a lot of spectrum.
Yeah.
We are using thin ply carbon diaphragm for the bass mid-range driver. It is the driver membrane is designed by a composite sound in Sweden, and the driver itself is built by SB Acoustics in Denmark. But we have applied something new to it, and when you look at the driver, there is a ring, which is an impulse response ring, and it's something which is made by us. It is designed by us. Yes, it adds a little bit more weight to the membrane, but it's right across on top of the voice coil, so it makes the driver work more like a piston, which we wanted to do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the idea behind a conventional driver. Furthermore, what we can do with the carbon diaphragm made by composite sound is that normally you have three parameters in a driver membrane. You have lightness, you have stiffness and damping, and they all work against each other. But now you can actually make them work together, because when designing the diaphragm, you can pinpoint where you want to have stiffness, lightness and damping. So suddenly you can actually work with all three parameters in one driver. And that's also a new thing, which is, I think it's very cool.
I mean, there you go. I mean, it's their design philosophy being pulled right through to a product that we're right next to. So again, really being at the top, or the apex, which is also your new amplifier.
Yes.
I love the name. It just really ties through. And I think you are on that journey and on that path, but also have arrived. But it's always about what's new as well.
You have to move forward. You cannot just sit back and relax and say, oh, it was so great and we did this and we did that. But of course our products, they stay very long in the product portfolio. When we are building like an Apex or a Mephisto or whatever, we always say they need to be in production for at least 10 years if possible, because parts can go out of production or whatever. Mm-hmm. Then we have to discontinue it and make a new piece, because we are not changing components in the product during the lifespan, because we cannot afford as a brand that number 5 sounds different and looks different than number 500.
Yeah.
They have to be similar. They have to be exact the same, looks and sound.
Well, when you have something that's at the quality of what you have, I can appreciate that, and I think that's what's so spectacular as well. So it's been quite the journey for you. What are you most proud of? I mean, from school teacher, now to where you're at, it's been really impressive, I would like to say. And again, also me having the opportunity to experience and use the Gryphon products all the time. Again, I'm a huge fan, but tell me a little about, what are you most proud of?
There are several things. First of all, being given the opportunity to be part of this magnificent brand, which was founded by Mr. Rasmussen, to me that makes me very, very proud, and it's something that I take care of. It's something that I treasure. I don't take it for granted to be part of something that special. I think the team that I'm a part of, the whole crew at Gryphon, the designers, you know, Tom Müller, our chief engineer, that has been with us now for 22 years. He had he started at 1st of November 2000. He's the guy behind everything you see from Gryphon. You know, Fleming has been doing all the exterior designs, but everything inside the boxes, that's from the mind of Tom. And I think, you know, working together with such a skilled man, being fortunate and lucky enough to work with people with that great knowledge, you know, that makes me very proud. Absolutely. I'm super proud of representing a brand where the end users, because they are the most important, you know, the Gryphon fans, the Gryphonistas, as we call them.
I hope that I'm gonna have to use that. The Gryphonistas out there.
They are the most important because they are like brand ambassadors. They love the brand and they stick to the brand, hopefully for life. But we see a lot of Gryphonistas out there. They've been a part of the journey since day one. We have clients who owns 10, 20, even more products from Gryphon because they don't get rid of it. They keep them for their own personal museum. And I think that's something that we have to take very seriously and not take for granted that people out there, they treat the brand, you know, like it's their own.
Well, that leads me to my next question, actually. What is the evolution now? Where do you see it going next? Now that we have all these great, you know, I mean, there's so many fantastic Gryphon products, and these Gryphonistas love this stuff.
Yeah.
What do we see next?
I think for, you know, we reached a certain level, and within I think the last 4 years, something like that, Gryphon has gone to a whole new level.
I call it punched up a
yes.
level. Yeah.
Gryphon is a lot bigger, both in terms of personal working with Gryphon, but also in every aspect, sales, recognition, and the fact, like you say, you know, that we 2 years in a row can get Product of the Year award at the Absolute Sound, that we 2 years in a row can get Product of the Year award at Stereophile. I think that has never happened for a brand in high-end audio. And can we do the same next year? I don't know.
You said the bar is pretty high, didn't you?
The bar is pretty high. But I see, where do I see us move? You know, I see us being true to the brand philosophy. You know, that we don't want to disappoint the people we work with, our partners. We have so many strong partners, just like yourselves here at Command Performance AV. You know, I'm here. I took plane from Denmark to go here and participate at this event this evening to see some of your clients. You know, but they are also my clients. They are also my. You know, that's what we are living.
The
for.
Gryphonistas. Yes, exactly.
Yes. So I see that the collaboration between Gryphon and our partners, it will only get stronger, you know, in the future. We work with partners for a very long time. You know, we tend to build only long-term relationships, and some of our partners we've been working with for 35 years now, which is
critical again, because again it pulls through the design, it pulls through that North Star, like you said, the design philosophy of having the best and sticking behind that, and also finding a way to make sure that you can experience the emotion in the music as well, and those human connections that are made from it. And I think you've hit on all those aspects, and I really think that's what makes that culmination of all these things so special, and really have the opportunity to just enjoy it. And I think that's what's so special.
And I think it makes special with the brand that all my colleagues at Gryphon, you know, they're super proud at representing the brand, meaning that they have a purpose when they go to work every day. They know their why they are going to work. It is not just like a paycheck and it's working 9 to 5. It is something that they really
A passion for it.
They're passionate
and
about
they can
it.
stand behind it because
Yes.
you have that guiding light,
Yeah.
and I see it as well, and
Yeah.
I can see how even the way you speak about it.
Yeah.
So again, I think it's really special, and I really appreciate you flying all the way out here and meeting my
all my
clients
pleasure.
and our clients as
Yes.
well. And again, it's really about bringing it together because this is a people business too. As
It is
well. And-
very much, very
and,
much.
Yeah, and
Very
that's what's
much.
so special. So thank you for the time, and I really do appreciate it. And looking forward to doing maybe some more of this stuff as well.
Absolutely.
So again, thank you everyone for watching our video here at Command Performance, and we'll be having some more interviews like this as well in the future. Make sure you like and subscribe to our videos, and we really appreciate it. All right, thanks.
Thanks.